for this tour. So that was an interesting and friendly concept that they had with me, and that's part of the friendship exchange that's always gone on with people I like.
Excellent.
So it was a very comfortable tour to come home from, and very rewarding for pictures and whatnot with lots of stage
Oh,
shots,
we
press
saw some
conferences.
beautiful shots on
Yeah,
stage of the Bee Gees. Yeah.
and of course, what's coming is I got two Queen shows, color and black and white, that'll knock everybody out as well. I was right down front with Queen. I got lots of shots of Eric, or what's his name, Freddie, and the guitar player.
Brian May.
Yeah,
John Taylor was the drummer,
How
yeah,
and the bass.
I got them all,
I
and
forget the bass player's name.
also have a lot of single shots because we had two or three meals with the guys,
how many
and
how
like
many of
this is
those shots have ever been published?
none.
So you're telling me
No,
that you're telling me right now
yeah,
that you have a whole bunch of Queen shots that the world has never seen before.
that's correct. I did print one print of Freddie with a motorcycle cap on at dinner at George Bigliardi's, uh, simply because it was easy to get, and a lot of people were asking for Freddie Mercury, so I printed that one up and put it on my Facebook.
Right.
But all the stage shots, individuals and groups, are have never been seen.
Are are you
Yeah,
talking about
that's
a
something to look.
uh, are you talking about a specific concert, or are you saying any and all stage performance
Well,
shots that you
I did two concerts with Queen, and not well, one shot from dinner uh, made it to the public. The rest have never been seen.
so no concert stage
Nope.
performance
That's
shots.
right. And
That is
my friends at
unreal.
the other end of this construction uh, of getting me back in the spotlight are freaking out over the Queen shots because Alex Mayhew is getting me show dates in Toronto and Brighton and a few other places that could lead to England and Italy. So
Wow.
it's all a big race to get all of this together and do this photographic tour
Oh, yeah.
backed by the website. And then as of tomorrow, I'm doing my first podcast on my book. And my friend Max and I in Palm Springs are going to be talking about how to create a podcast and, talk to Ted Nugent about his piece of the pie and other people that the record company will put together for me if I have contemporary pictures of their artists. So,
What's just before I forget to ask you, what's the name of the guy that takes care of the shipping for you again? Was it
Rob,
Rob? I was right. I thought it was either Bob or Rob, and I wasn't
yeah,
sure, so we called him Bob and Rob.
yeah,
So okay, Rob. And have you been in touch with him and recently to let him know that we're going to be sending some stuff out?
yeah,
Okay,
he knows what's
he's
going
good to
on.
go.
Yeah,
All right, excellent. That was just a small note I had to get from you. I forgot about it.
he lives in St. Thomas too, so
Oh, great. Maybe we can touch base then.
yeah.
And I just wanted to
Uh,
let both of you know that I flipped the switch on the recording. So,
Okay.
and
okay,
I can hear both of you quite well. So
great.
this is a proof in the
But you
pudding.
can't see us. so we got to get rid
Well,
of the women.
you can see us in a second. I was just about to ask you if you'd like to I'll show you how that works. So right here, so once we're logged in, this little thing at the bottom,
Yeah,
right? And he's right about your resolution. This thing is normally, a third of the size in the bottom corner. So maybe we can look at that in a minute. But there's a bunch of icons here. One is turn on your camera.
yeah,
One is share your screen,
yeah,
and that's what Brad is doing right now,
yeah,
sharing his screen.
yeah,
I don't know. Whoops. I don't know what that one is. I've never used it. Start an activity. So these ones we don't even worry about. So if you want to turn on your camera, you want to say you want to show. There you go. Your camera's on.
yeah.
Right now, is it? Can you see the camera?
Let me let me switch over here. Let me see.
I want to see
Uh,
if you.
I have a video camera icon. Let me go to it. Yep, I can see both of you. Now
There you go.
the sun is glaring in behind you.
Backlighting, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing a Zoom call tomorrow, so the
But
curtains will be down.
Right. Oh, you have. Oh, I see. Yeah.
but this shows you how easy and quick it is, especially when that's one thing that you have working for you in this situation is the laptop, because the laptop
Yeah,
has all of these devices built in. They're all like standard components, the microphone, the
right.
speakers, and everything.
Yeah,
And Discord just kind of picks it right up. Whereas if it was a computer, you'd have a little bit of a scenario you'd have to go through. So this is a very nice thing. It shows you right there. All you need to
yeah,
do, if it's in the daytime, throw in some blinds behind you or a curtain or whatever, and you would be I'd be able to see you just fine. You know.
yeah.
Is that anything going on? Here's something like a fan. I don't know why that's. No, it sounds like static. Not sure where it's coming from.
Huh, I can't hear anything.
It's not
Anyway,
coming.
so that's the.
It's not coming through in the recording. There's nothing at all on my side.
Right.
Nothing but positive vibes.
Maybe it's Phil's tonight.
It could be something you're hearing
Not
over
super
there.
loud. It's just way back in the distance. Just like a little.
It could be like a fan on the laptop or something like that,
Yeah,
possibly.
sounds like it's raining at your house in the background. That's what it kind of sounds like. It.
No, nothing's coming through on my side.
All right.
No, or not
Now,
from my side anyway.
now the other thing we want to do is we want to be able to go through some hard drives with you without me having to take them home and go through them myself with Brad.
Yeah,
We can do that here using the Discord channel.
Right, because
yeah,
you can screen share, um, just like I am now, and you can pull up your photo viewers and whatever you want to share, and you can scroll through these photos, and I can record, and it will be perfectly fine for the website because I can snap
right,
photos from what you show, and we don't want full screen photos, high quality photos anyway on the
right.
on the website, so it'll be perfectly fine. In fact, I will have to reduce the quality from what I can record on my
Yeah.
side.
Where's your ACDC?
Uh, Back down here to
In here somewhere?
no next icon.
That's Google. That's Chrome.
Yeah,
I'm looking for.
click it,
Okay.
and we need what is it?
Well, it won't be on here.
Yeah, okay.
We're looking for. I bet you it's. Where's do I go to check your programs? Oh, here. Okay, I got it. Here we go. ACDC. My photos. Copilot. More.
In your slideshow.
Back. Let's try AC. DC. There it is. ACDC Gemstone. That the one? Photo Studio.
Well, those are photo studio one.
That one? Home? Okay.
For those about to rock.
There we go.
Fire.
Oh, we don't want to sign in. No need for that.
We
Um,
salute you.
why? Why do we have to sign in?
Hey, Brad, I think on the print side is making everything universal. We'll have to make it size as to the print. So we have, say, 200 vertical prints, same height, same width, with the picture floating in the middle. We enlarge the size to make them bigger, perhaps 2 or 3 to a level. And then if it's horizontal, then we have a section with horizontal on it. And they'll all be uniform that way. That's the easiest way to create them. That slideshow?
Well, I'm in the ACDC, yeah, and this is okay. So is this stuff that's on that particular hard drive? Is that how this works, or
I don't no idea. It looks like something I've worked on.
the browser? It says it's browser, but
Yeah,
what I don't understand is normally ACDC allows you to just pick. Oh, here we go, John desktop. This PC. Here we go. Local disk. No, I don't want local disk. I want that.
Yeah.
Is this running?
D.
Is it D?
Yeah, can you
Okay.
feel it running?
No, this is it. We're in there. Guides, images for next book. We got another index, James. There's some pictures of James. Lauren. That's Muddy Waters, I think, right there.
Yeah,
So these are just different folders with different groupings of stuff in it. You let me know which folders are relevant. We can start with this one here for the book. Do you want to look at some of these, or?
well,
I just don't want to bring anything up that's personal that you don't want to share with us. So.
nothing in here.
Right. So you can pick a folder. We can cruise through these folders. There we go. And just double click on that, and then I can just hit the space bar, and we can just scroll through these very quickly. These things. There we go.
Very.
That's a little quick.
Yeah. No
How did
idea.
you do that?
Coming up.
Yeah, why aren't the arrows coming up? Space usually makes a change. There we go. It's going now. Okay, can you go back to the beginning now, or how did you do that? Hit escape. There we go. Go to that one and double click on it. All right, and then give it a sec.
Yeah.
There we go.
There's a healing coos.
All right. That is Porter Wagner and Dolly Parton. That's even before the those other shots.
Yeah.
Look
What?
at that. Wow.
What? You've got older Dolly Parton shots?
Yeah, this one, 68.
Can you see it?
No, because
I got a share screen.
the only thing I can see right now is video.
Okay, give me a second here. I'm going to minimize this. Go back to Discord. Off. Turn this on. So, okay. Oh, before I do that, I want to show you how it's done. What did I just do there? Okay, sorry. Did we just lose John? Or did we lose you, Brad?
No, I'm here.
Oh, what the heck?
Click on Dev VC meetings, and you should get a.
Yeah. Hold on. I've lost the interface. I'm just trying to get it back again. Discord. There it is. No, that's Messenger. I accidentally closed it down. Oh, I know what I do. Just click over here. So if you ever close it by accident, you just go back over here.
Yeah.
Find the Discord. It's in here somewhere. Discord, and it'll open back up. For whatever reason. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now share your screen. So that's the turn on camera.
Yeah.
Share your screen.
Yeah.
Mouse that side button's really screwing with me.
Yeah. Well,
It's got a lot of buttons on this mouse.
that's right.
Okay, so share your screen. All right, and then you want to share your. This is slightly different than my version. Okay, so we're going to share the screen. HD. No, can't do it in HD.
And 720 will work. Give me just a minute. I'm going to grab some water real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. His is a little different than mine. Screen. I don't want to get nitro.
It dials into gaming, not share screen.
Oh, there it is. All I do is hover over the freaking thing. Okay, so now your screen is shared. So we go back to Discord. Oops. Back to the gallery. And there. Now he should be able to see that full screen now.
Right.
Okay, I'm back.
Can I go
And
back?
let me go
There we
here.
go. Okay.
And
Here we
I'm
go.
now watching you. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. That's the first time I met Porter and Dolly.
Sorry, that's my fault. I touched the tab or the pad. Okay, who we got here?
Go back to Dolly real quick, please.
Yep.
Okay. And and also we always want to make sure that the mouse pointer is out away from the photo because I'm going to be snagging. There you go. I'm going to be snagging frames when we need to.
I also want to be able to make sure this is see it's changing the pictures. What I want it to do is zoom in and out. How do you do that on this?
On the wheel.
We're on wheels changing the pictures because you're in ACDC,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So control minus, no, that doesn't work.
Control
I
scroll.
just because you see how it's cut off at the bottom. I just like to make sure we have the whole picture in the shot.
Try
Normally it's a scroll.
try
Oh, there's a
control
zoom right
scroll.
there. Zoom out. Oh, control scroll. Okay, ready? Try. Let go
Now
of that.
you have to
Let go.
get that
So there for a sec.
menu
Click
taken
on.
away. Yeah.
Click. There you go. Okay, now try rolling your scroll. Scrolling now. Push your wheel. It's not doing. Oh, there it goes. Okay, back up. Back up. Keep going until you get the whole shot in there. There we go. One up one.
I
One.
think I think it's going to default to full.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
that's a theory. I don't know.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Watch yourself. How did you get all the way over there? What the heck? Okay, there we go. So that must be the full picture there, default
I think
full
it's going
size.
to fit
Okay,
to your
so you
your
don't have to worry about settings and that. It'll just show up full size, as far as we can tell anyway.
Yeah.
right.
All right, Porter. So that's Porter Wagner, Dolly Parton. Uh, this gentleman.
Dick Cooper, producers, TV arranger. Trip to Scotland. Help go back to the ranch.
Why is it going? There we go. Back to the ranch.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy here. We're gonna get to it in a second here.
John O'Hurley.
I recognized him. Is he an actor?
He was on Seinfeld.
Oh yeah, that was Elaine's boss.
Yeah. He actually bought the company too,
Which company?
making fashions, jackets, and
Oh,
clothing. That's the gang for the interactive video show. Fat Johnny on the left.
Fat Johnny. Is that when in your glory days when you were
2005.
Excessive. I can just take it all in.
2005, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the family that did the show.
That's on the set. All right.
Sammy Hagar.
Now, Sammy Hagar, this looks like it might be in Cabo.
This is in the Palms Casino in Vegas. And it's a lampshade on his head.
Do you know what year this was?
No idea.
Is that literally a lampshade?
Yeah,
What?
Custom Explorer too.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful guitar.
Absolutely. Beautiful.
There's a DJ, and this guy was a TV producer. I forget his name right now, but I've got it written down somewhere.
Do you know where this event is?
Yeah, Palm Springs.
Oh, that's the same place?
Yeah,
Okay.
and that Bighorn Sheep is I don't know, a fashion house from New York that sponsored the sheep.
Oh.
So, was this an event of some kind in Palm Springs?
Yeah, it was raising money to feed the bighorn sheep. So they made a bunch of plaster bighorns and they gave them to celebrities to decorate and paint.
See, it's
Tony Curtis got one, and several other celebrities got shots too to paint. And I've got a shot in here somewhere of Tony Curtis with his, and he named it Babe, which is what he called Marilyn Monroe in Some Like It Hot. And the sheep had lipstick on, and basically made it look like uh, bighorn Marilyn Monroe. This is my friend Will Donato we used for an album jacket.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Remember Charity Brown pictures? I don't know if we mentioned this.
Yeah,
Remember all those pictures took of her in the, like laying in the grass and stuff?
yeah,
They used that on her album, eh?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Just thought I didn't know if you knew that.
yeah. That was the back of the album.
Yeah, exactly. We found it by accident. Actually, we were looking at
That
the
was
pictures. I went, I recognize that.
it's
that
the
was the
one where
day
she's in a jersey.
Yeah, she's in that hockey jersey or football jersey or something.
Yeah, 19. Yeah.
She was 19.
No, no,
Oh,
that was
the number
numbers.
19. Gotcha.
Yeah. That's Chris Botee, Palm Springs.
Trumpet player.
Yeah, he's a damn good trumpet player.
And what did you say his name was? Chris
Botee,
Bo-
Bottii.
Boto. Okay.
Is E.L. Hughley doing a marketing survey at the Grove in L.A.?
D.L. Hughley's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah. My friend who's passed, Steve Madeo. I met him on the 75 Rolling Stones tour. This is Palm Springs years later.
Yep.
Ty Bachman, Time Exposure,
So Ty Bachman, or is it,
son of Randy.
yeah, yeah. This is the son of Randy Bachman of the PTO.
Yeah, there's a great picture if you cut him off at the shoulders there.
Same band.
This is a Foreigner with Jason Bonham playing the drums.
Oh, there's John Bonham's son from
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin.
That's right.
My God.
I'm just breathless sometimes.
And Will Donato again. Chris Botee.
Oh, you
What
were
a
you were
gorgeous
there.
picture.
Yeah,
You were there.
BB was a friend of mine.
Isn't that?
I've watched this video for years, over and over again.
Yeah. Well, he when he started getting big, he moved to Las Vegas, and just to show that he still loved his state of Mississippi where he's born, he rented all his buses from a bus company in Mississippi. So you'd see him on the road with a Mississippi bus wherever he traveled. And that was his little way of giving back an economic gift to Mississippi.
Oh, he rent his bus from them.
Mm.
Now this is later on. You've got earlier pictures of him as well.
Yeah, I met B in 1972. This would be 2004 or 5
Something like that, yeah.
at a casino in Palm Springs.
That's
This is
Avril
a,
Lavigne, isn't it?
no, this is a girl from Germany. I forget her name, but this shows me the liquid aspect of AC/DC to take her hair, which was Jennifer Aniston style, and spread it out.
That's pretty cool.
Now, this is my friend's ranch in Rancho Verde Valley, Arizona.
That looks like a postcard.
Yeah, it's a very stereotypical ranch picture.
Like, yeah, but it's so deep, like you could reach into it.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I always liked this for the feeling it gave me.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's got
with
a lot of richness.
the mountains in the background, and I mean everything about it is
Yeah,
perfect.
It is. It's
yeah,
perfect. The clouds are in the exact right spot.
Well,
yeah,
and look at the little kid's bicycle on the
Oh
left.
yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah.
yeah,
everything
It looks
about
like a
it.
painting. Really, what it looks like.
yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of something that oh, what was his name? The guy that did the paintings of Santa Claus for Coca-Cola.
Norman Rockwell.
Norman Rockwell, and it reminds me of a Norman Rockwell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we've seen that picture. There's a nice shot of it, nice and square too.
yeah.
Yak.
Back to the beginning. No, those are
Oh, that's the folder. Okay, good.
island cows.
All right, let's move on. Oh, we gotta move back again. How do I go back? Up here.
Uh,
I got it. All right. How about this folder? Can we go through that one? Or is there much?
not much on that.
Okay, this one then. Okay, so let's look at the loose ones in here first. All right. Let me move that mic mouse. Okay, who do we got here?
Alan Wolf.
Howlin' Wolf.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. He said, "Come on over tomorrow at lunchtime, and I'll make you lunch." So we ate in his hotel room, and he boiled me up some collard greens, and we drank water, and that was lunch.
Looks like he's on stage somewhere.
Yeah, Colonial Tavern, Toronto.
Approximate date on that one?
No idea.
Okay.
Probably around 71. That's my favorite shot of Muddy.
That is a good shot. Wow. Wow. That's probably one of the best shots of Muddy Waters I've ever seen. Expression wise, you know?
Yeah, well, that's his red Telecaster that he took apart 100 times, knows all the screws, where they go, and he changed the neck and he updated the guitar as he went along. Very, very brilliant guy. And Bo
Bo
Diddley.
Diddley. Wow. It's just, I'm getting goosebumps every time I change the picture.
Yeah, he was a classic character. I liked him a lot.
Didn't he have a guitar shaped like something weird?
Cigar
A
box.
cigar box.
Yeah.
That's right. And then who was it? Wasn't it one of those guys that had a guitar shaped like America or something?
I don't
Thought
think.
maybe that might have been Bo Diddley, but I can't remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Les Paul. I could tell that one from a mile away.
Yeah.
There he is.
93 years old.
Now, Les Paul's playing a Les Paul studio recording.
Yeah.
So it's stereo. It's got 2 output jacks on it, and you can split this pickups into different inputs on the mixing board.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He built it himself.
Yeah. That's the one he called the board.
Yeah, because it's a slab. It's like a Les
Yeah,
Paul
he's,
special or something.
Steve Miller's godfather.
There you go. We've seen this one
And Chucker.
because we have the print of that.
Yeah.
There's Little
And
Richard.
Richard, yeah.
That's quite the hair. It's got to be a wig, eh?
No idea. It might have been real hair.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't ask him.
This is Carl Perkins, I think, or Bill Haley.
Bill Haley.
Bill Haley.
Is the guitar that Setzer bought from the estate. Paid $625,000 for it.
Now you're referring to Brian Setzer of the Stray Cats. Setzer, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Setzer's a rockabilly artist,
He used to live in Palm Springs.
and he bought that guitar off of
The
Bill Haley's estate.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot of money for a guitar.
Yeah.
But that's the first rock and roll guitar, really. One of the first, right?
Oh, yeah.
Don't tell me. Oh, that guy looks familiar. No, I can't do it.
Everly Brothers.
Everly Brothers.
Yeah.
Too young, I didn't recognize them. Or too old, I guess, one of the
Well,
other.
this is 2 guys where I had to play gay to get them to smile because they were fighting with each other
Oh,
and often would have an argument about what song to play next, and then it would erupt into a fight.
so then,
I said, "Hey boys, can you just get together and smile?"
right?
And they did that.
So they were the Gallagher brothers before the Gallagher brothers.
Yeah.
You know who that is? From they just did a reunion tour. Who was that? Liam and Noel Gallagher. They used to fight on stage, fist
Mhm.
fight on stage. Oasis, that's it. That's
Yeah,
All right, so that's Pat Boone
Debbie Boone.
and Debbie Boone.
Hiding the real name of the album.
Why, it's not hers?
Yeah, it's Black Sabbath's album.
I gotta zoom in on this one.
As you slide it up.
Where's the arrow keys in this thing? I don't know how to do that. Let me just back up a little bit. No, it won't let me. I don't know how to do that. There's no borders here, so.
So you can see it there better.
But it's definitely on. That's Warner Brothers, or that's Black Sabbath's label, Warner Brothers for sure.
Well, the thing was, they didn't have her record ready.
Right.
So the Warner Brothers guy said, look, just take one off the wall and we'll give it to her and she'll hide the title with her thumb. But it was Black Sabbath.
That's hilarious. So Debbie Boone did the song "You Light Up My Life."
And that's what Pat told.
That was her big hit. Oh, there. Well, what's going on? There we go.
B 1976. Backstage at Massey Hall.
And who's this again?
Huh?
Who's
BB
that?
King.
Oh, B.B. King. Wow, I can hardly recognize it. So much
MOB,
younger.
yeah.
Wow.
Beach Boys.
Oh, look at that shot.
And Carl was the nice guy.
Wow, that is amazing picture of the Beach Boys. Do you happen to remember where this was at?
Yeah, Hamilton.
Hamilton?
Yeah, at their hotel. They played a curling rink there with the box tops.
Right. The letter. Didn't they do the song The Letter? The box tops?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, look at this one, Brad. That is incredible.
It's Bob in 78 Maple Leaf Gardens.
You catching that, Brad?
Yep.
Okay. That's one of the best pictures I've ever seen of Bob Dylan, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. He liked it too. First time I met Mick Jagger, and I grabbed a shot of him as we were both leaving the washroom, and that's it. 65.
Looks like a nice lad.
Yeah,
Um,
Brian Jones.
Brian Jones. Whoops, wrong one.
Fox Phantom Guitar, 65.
Right. And these are at a show.
Yeah,
So backstage
Ottawa.
in Ottawa.
Yeah,
Is this the first time you said this first time you photographed the Stones?
yeah. It's Keith, same place.
Wow, look at Keith Richards. Holy crap, looks like a high school kid.
Yeah,
That's wild.
and Mick, 72.
You know that? Do you think that's print quality?
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah.
That'd make a wicked print. And there's the water shot. Oh, there's a different one too. There's a variation on it.
Well, first one up top and the second one down at the bottom. See,
Right.
there's
But he's
Mick
got the
with-
bucket in his
with
hand.
the bucket going over to where he threw it.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
This is black and
So
white.
you took two shots fairly close together
Yeah,
to get that
right.
shot. Right.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, very nice. And there's our duo shot.
Oshawa,
Nice.
New Barbarians,
Oh, this looks like a different tour. This looks like Sucking in the 70s tour.
75.
Yep.
Call this the mannequin shot.
Yep. You know who that is?
75.
That's Ronnie Wood, I think.
Yeah.
He played off and on with the band for a long time.
No, he was 74. He was with Rod Stewart,
Right.
75, Stones.
Right.
He didn't own shares until about 1995.
Right.
New Barbarians, Oshawa. Eric Burden, 66.
Eric Burden in 66. This is the guy from the Animals.
It's a Toronto stadium, baseball stadium.
Oh. Yeah. That's George Harrison.
That is probably one of the most amazing Beatles photos I've ever seen in my life.
Well, they're not posing, they're playing,
Yeah.
right? Those are the best pictures, really.
That's the first show.
You know? In 65 that you shot? Yeah. Okay.
65.
And it's at Maple Leaf Gardens?
Yeah.
Okay. There's the famed.
With my new friend George, I asked him to see if John would stand up and do this. I didn't like the inline tape recorder shot. I wanted this. And this was the centerfold of the comic book.
Approximately how old were you when they took this picture?
17.
17 years old. Think about that for a sec, Brad. 17 years old, he's taking pictures of the fucking Beatles. Pardon my language, but that's insane.
Prestigious doesn't seem to cover it, does it?
No. The word fuck doesn't cover it either.
Now there's the shot with the tape recorders I
Press
didn't
con.
like.
Right.
and you'll see each Beatle has got the microphone from one of these little tape recorders in his hand. And every time the Beatles would answer, they'd thump the microphone throughout their answer. So I was working with a guy from the Montreal Gazette, and we got out in the hall after the press conference, and I said, "Play it back, Jerry." And he got on it. Brian Epstein would decide which Beatle answered which question. And he said, "Paul, can you tell us about how the crowds are doing in Europe right now?" And then you hear Paul start the answer, and then thump, 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 thump. The kid had nothing. The whole interview was tapped out because he put his tape recorder on the desk. John and Yoko, 69.
About the time of the Love-In, give or
Yeah.
take, yeah.
Yeah, they did a rehearsal in Toronto, and then went down to the CBC for a TV interview, and took them 20 minutes to have the studio ready, so they parked us in the hallway, the three of us. And this is when I found out that John Lennon and Yoko Ono were as concerned about me as I was them. And they were highly personable, nice people. So it was a revelation to me that they were so cool, and yet their image is rather tightly artistic.
Yeah.
The first time John saw Yoko Ono's work was an art gallery exhibition in Japan with 2,000 flies stuck to a canvas. And stuff like that, where was the innovative spirit of creativity that Yoko Ono had.
Oh, here we go. This is fresh.
This is Wings
Paul McCartney and the Wings.
with Denny McLean when he was still alive,
Yep.
and Linda.
Linda McCartney.
And this is one of the things I told Paul on Telegram when we were chatting, that I had pictures of with the Beatles, with Wings, and 13 performances of his band now. So,
Oh, I want that jacket.
yeah.
That's a tour jacket. You see that jacket in the
Yeah.
middle?
Oh yeah.
It has one capital on it, and then on the left side of the jacket,
Yeah.
there's a patch that has the wings on it.
Yeah.
The tour patch. Oh, that is cool. I wonder what that thing's worth.
Yeah.
Bet you can find one on eBay if you
Yeah.
search for it. All right. Wicked shot.
Yeah. Great show.
Oh, we're back to the Beatles again.
Yeah, this is my yeah shot, because it's she loves you, yeah.
Yeah. Really nice. Oh, that's a later shot
74 with George.
when he was doing his own thing, the Dark
Yeah.
Horse.
I got 2 or 3 of this bounce flash off the ceiling in his hotel room. That's Dennis O'Neill, I think his last name was. His road manager that built him out of $17 million.
Holy.
But George got 12 million of it back. So
And then Buddy went to jail, right?
yeah,
That's good.
he's managing rats in jail.
Oh, hello. Hello, Elvis doing a karate kick.
Yeah.
Where did you come from?
He's a black belt in karate in 1960, and this is what he used in the show. He would fire up karate moves for a certain song in the bridge intermission.
Wow.
1975 in Buffalo, New York. Kathy Westmoreland in the background.
You
She
think-
did all his high E tunes, sing along with them with the high E, sound like Elvis.
Oh, she's like a backup singer, but it would
Yeah.
help him hit his notes.
Yeah,
That belt buckle, I mean, the WWE has nothing on him.
yeah. There's my friend James with Elvis.
So that's him in the back there.
No, it's him in the front there,
You sure?
Telecaster.
That kind of. Oh, I see. Yeah. I get it. Well, this guy's got a mustache. Kind of threw me off for a minute. So this is James Burton on the guitar, the psychedelic Telecaster. Wow, what a custom machine that is.
A custom carved.
It's
Yeah.
all carved out. Wow. Very unique picture of Elvis too. Like the pose is, it's just.
Yeah, he's doing his strut. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Carole King, 1972.
so
Carole King,
these
right?
these images, uh, what out of these has been published?
Carol never
Huh.
been.
Well,
Made it
of the
better.
last few things we've seen, have
I
anything
I
of those
mean
been
in general, out of what we've seen so far, just a round number, percentage wise maybe, or something like that. Just a
Well,
guess.
uh, sales. I never put these up for sale. I use them for press with the Globe and Mail on the Beatle shots and things like that, but never for sale to customers.
There you go.
This print is now in the new Massey Hall in the dressing rooms. I got 11 prints up there. So,
So he does have a few one-offs that are
yeah,
at Massey Hall in the dressing rooms.
that's right.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
I want to go there. Is it New Massey Hall you're talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah.
This is
Neil Diamond.
Neil in 1982. The first corporate tour in rock and roll as General Motors proudly presents Neil Diamond.
So we were looking at a picture the other day of a black lady, and she had an ovation, and it had a sound hole, and it had, I forget the design on the neck, but we were looking to figure out who it was, and I was guessing it was Joan Armatrading. It was who it turned out to be.
Yeah,
But we had to find another picture of her on the internet that we could line up with it.
yeah,
We found her playing a different ovation guitar. This is the third style of ovation guitar Neil Diamond's playing, where
Yeah.
the holes, those round black things on
Yeah.
the edges, those are actual holes in the guitar. So the sound hole is not in the
yeah.
middle.
This is called the Legend.
Right. So this is another specific style of that
Taken in
same brand.
Hawaii.
Very cool. In Hawaii?
Yeah,
Okay. You have a date?
82.
82. It looks familiar, but I can't tell you who it is.
Roger McGuinn.
Roger McGuinn. Is that
71.
what was
Riverboat.
what band was he? Was he in
The
Supertramp?
Birds.
The Birds. Right. I keep getting those mixed up. There's a McGuinn in the Supertramp as well. And this is at the Riverboat.
Yeah.
Okay. As you can tell, he's in the band room because they've got scrabbling all over the walls.
Everybody signed it.
Everybody signs the walls in the dressing rooms.
John Prine at the Riverboat. 71.
Wow. Okay, so that's print ready right there, buddy.
Yeah.
That is a print shot, Brad. I mean, not everybody knows who John Prine is, but a limited set of these things should fly out the door for those, existential kind of high-end collectors of music. John Prine is one of those, what do you call them? Intellectual music kind of guys. Very well respected.
Emmylou Harris.
Emmylou Harris.
84.
It's a jumbo, Gibson jumbo.
Yeah. J200.
Yep. That's good to know. I'm so happy that you play guitar in bands because you know all the same things I know. That's great.
That guitar's in the Smithsonian now.
That'd be Gordon Lightfoot, right? Or Mary McLaughlin?
Gordon.
Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah.
He's wearing a sheriff's badge. That's her again. Oh, Jim Croce.
Yeah.
Do you know who Jim Croce is?
Oh yeah, yeah. My sister would be flipping out right now.
And that is the picture perfect poster of Jim Croce. I mean, there's not a better shot out there of him.
I've never
He was,
seen anything like this myself, and I've seen lots and lots and lots of Jim Croce. We pronounce it Grim Croce over here, but I don't know if that's correct or not. You know, but
We say
Croce.
Croce. Croce.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's our
Leonard Leonard
Leonard
Cohen,
Cohen.
Cohen, 74. Yeah.
James Taylor.
James Taylor.
Yeah.
That's right. You got that one. Good one, Brad.
You see how good I am? I'm so good that
That's not bad.
I'm so good that I can read the top of the screen.
Oh, does that have his name? Oh, it does. Okay.
Sorry.
You know what his famous song was?
Oh well.
Handyman.
Oh
I've seen fire and I've seen rain.
oh yeah yeah.
Yeah. This is Neil Young with his haircut in a tuxedo.
Yeah. Hall of Fame for writing songs in Canada.
So, which Hall of Fame is this?
Uh,
Is there a Canadian Hall of Fame?
yeah, for writers and,
Oh, I didn't know that.
and performers.
That's good to know. I might have to go there one day. That is Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Well, it's at least Crosby and Young. I don't know if the rest of them are there, but
Stills, Crosby, Nash,
so yeah, they're probably all there, all four of them.
3 of them.
Yeah, yeah, on stage. But were they the four would have been there? No.
No,
Oh, interesting.
this is how they worked before Neil.
Oh, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, CSN, right? Yeah. Okay.
Cat
Cat
Stevens,
Stevens.
72.
He changed his name.
He just went back to being a Muslim.
Yeah.
Harry Chapin at
Harry
the
Chapin.
Riverboat.
At the riverboat.
Yeah,
Nice. Time frame.
no idea.
Okay.
The early 70s.
He did the Taxi song. And
The TV show.
Cats in the Cradle. No, the Taxi song was he was a taxi driver and this girl gets in and he goes, he was gonna be an actress and I was gonna learn to fly. She went off to find the footlights and I went off to find the sky.
Okay.
And then he did
Yeah, I recognize that.
and then Cats in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon.
Right right.
That's him. Okay. Good shot of him too. Oh, there's a nice black and white shot of that. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, who we got here? AC/DC?
Steppenwolf.
No, sorry. Steppenwolf. I was reading the AC/DC for a second. I was like, no. Steppenwolf. So John Kay is the guy second from the left in the sunglasses, I believe.
Yeah.
And I don't know any of the other band members, but
Mike Monarch. Dennis Edmiston, Klaus Kasbaum, Goldie McJohn.
and this is around the time period of Born to Be Wild.
69.
Born to Be Wild.
That was the year it came out.
Yep.
And Billy Gibbons.
Billy
and
Gibbons.
Cadzilla.
Oh my God! Look at that car.
That's a $900,000 custom Cadillac 49, done by Boyd Connington.
Boyd Coddington. Is that him? Is that his car? Is that like?
He built the car, yeah,
Yeah,
for Billy.
Poor Billy. Okay. Boyd Coddington. Yeah, he just passed away a few years ago.
Yeah.
Really well known. Pete Townsend.
Yeah. It's a mid-70s shot.
Pete Townsend, Keith Moon. Keith Moon drinking a bottle of wine out of the bottle. Cheap Thrills, his T-shirt says.
Yeah, it's a Toronto magazine.
There's Keith in the foreground, and in the
Yeah,
background is
this is
Pete.
Montreal when they got busted because they threw a TV out the window into the pool, smashed glasses, and actually the smash ups began with Peter. When he arrived, he had a ghetto blaster on with Dr. John. It must have been the right place, but the wrong time.
Right.
And I took my brother on this tour, and we just got out of the room in time because they busted 28 people from the party. Nobody got out of jail till 10 o'clock the next day.
So you guys just kind of wandered off down the hallway and got out of
Yeah,
the
we
way.
were a hallway down same floor, and we were listening to the cops running by.
Oh, that's a nice.
Keith on the drums.
Wow, what a great shot.
Yeah, 73 Montreal.
The Montreal Forum.
Yeah,
There's our Roger Daltrey shot,
yeah.
unmolested. Got to have that. We can make more prints of that.
Yeah. This is the night after the 19 people died in the crush in Philadelphia. They were playing Buffalo, and this is Peter and Roger. Roger had a hard time knowing that his demand had caused 19 people to lose their lives.
Right.
Keith was okay, John was okay, Peter was okay, but Roger got messed up bad. Joe Cocker.
Joe Cocker.
1972, Montreal.
That's Eric Clapton.
Eric Clapton, 74, with Blackie.
Blackie, yeah. And we knew it was Blackie when we looked at a picture. It wasn't this picture, but it was a similar one. And we knew it was about Blackie because of all the scratches and all the dark dirt wear marks. That neck, that doesn't just happen overnight.
Right, I know.
Yeah, that's a beautiful guitar.
This is
sold for 728,000.
That's
Rick Nelson.
That was Blackie from years prior, though. From the photo that we have was later.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that the earliest shots of Clapton you've got? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Ricky Nelson. I went to a garden party.
Johnny Winter.
Johnny Winter.
74, London Arena.
Is he cross-eyed?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Albino.
Cross-eyed albino blues guitar player. Crazy. And super famous.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
Holy.
Wonder who that is.
I wonder.
Dad and the boys.
Yeah, doesn't he look like a taskmaster? He looks like he's a mean motherfucker. I wouldn't want to tangle assholes with that guy.
He was.
Like, he looks like he just assumed punch the shit out of you to talk to you.
Yeah. Those guys need to work to get where he wanted them to be, and he's probably responsible for their success.
Oh, yeah. Same with Tiger Woods' dad, was very similar in that.
What about this one? Has this ever been published anywhere?
No.
Are you serious? Never?
No.
Oh, my name's John.
See, that's a set right there. That's a two. That's a
we
two
can do
photo.
A 3-piece.
I need one more. But if we can get one more,
Yeah, well, I got the whole session. It was at Ed's warehouse in Toronto.
See,
So
that's
they're
we're talking $7,000 to $10,000 for a set. Uh,
Yeah,
for of the three
you
of
get
them, you know.
yeah,
And then this one, what about this? Has this ever been published anywhere?
yeah. I sold the rights to this one to Chum
Oh, okay, okay.
for 25,000 perpetual usage, and they made billboards and splashed it around pretty heavily. A friend of mine even bought the billboard, had it in his museum in Brantford.
now you still own the picture and you just license it to them, or did you
Yeah,
sell it
yeah.
outright?
So I didn't sell
No, you
anything outright.
licensed it. Okay, so they can still use it whenever they want.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah, that's what perpetual means.
yeah, exactly. Linda Ronstadt, very young Linda Ronstadt,
She is something
yeah.
else.
amazing
California.
singer.
This is when Glenn Fry and Henley were in her band.
Right at this
It helped her
particular
get.
moment, I don't care how good she can sing.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
there's a great story about her.
this was um, outdoors, and I got to know everybody. And then at this concert, the I was Henley or somebody there said, "Hey, what are you doing down here? You know, she likes you. You can go anywhere you like." And she was going out at the time with Albert Brooks, and these guys were saying, "Well, why don't you ask her out?" I was a dummy and didn't. So,
Oh, that could have been a story.
well, I didn't want to mess around with, I mean, I can't keep up to the girl.
No, 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 I guess not. But that would have been a good story to tell.
Yeah, yeah. Van Morrison
Wow, that doesn't even look like him.
in 78.
That is
And
this.
again, the ovation.
Yeah, that's the same ovation that Joan Armatrading was playing.
Yep.
Yeah. And I had to touch up his pants because he spilled a stain on them. So I used the clone on the ACDC.
Oh, you patched his pants a little bit.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Tina Turner doing
Tina
television.
Turner.
Yeah, the girl that did.
Joe Walsh.
Joe Waltz, 73. The James Gang.
This is Brad, this is the James Gang was the band he was in when he left the James Gang and joined the Beatles or the Beatles, the Eagles the next year after this.
What?
I think it was oh, it might have been a couple years.
Well,
So
he was on the 76 tour.
76 tour, right. So he went from here to the Beatles or to the Eagles and wrote Hotel California with Don Henley and changed the band's sound completely. Like that album was a huge departure from their country rock kind of style that they were doing. And I think that had a lot to do with Joe Walsh. Super talented guy. One of my favorite musicians. What a great shot. Wow.
This is the tour.
There they are.
yeah, we've got a bunch of these
Rented.
photos, a whole lot of these photos from this night.
Yeah.
Um, and what?
Color Ektachrome too.
Sorry, say it again.
Color Ektachrome too.
Oh, okay. What the hell?
Elton John, 74. Captain Fantastic tour.
That was the first Elton John record I ever bought. Was Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy.
Yeah. And I took Billy Joel to this concert. Might have been the first time he met him.
Pardon me? You took Billy Joel to see Elton John?
Yeah. I was at the Billy Joel shooting him, and I said, "Hey, Billy, I'm going up the street to shoot Elton John. Do you want to come?" So he did.
Well, since they're both very accomplished piano players, it would have been.
Well, they got together and did
Yeah.
2 or 3 tours.
Wow.
Are you telling me that you're part of the reason why they met each other?
Hmm. Yep.
That's
He was being managed. Billy was by his manager's name was Elizabeth, and they fought constantly. And I think he sued her after a while. It's Kiki D.
Oh, that's Kiki D, Elton John's singer lady that does
Yeah, I
Don't Go
got
Breaking My Heart.
and I got the music in me. Right?
I got the music in me, that's right.
Nice girl. Jerry Garcia and Bob Weir.
Bob, look at Bob Weir looking at Jerry.
I call this my what key? What key?
What are you playing?
And they played songs that were anywhere from 5 minutes to 2 hours long.
That Grace Slick?
Yeah.
Wow, how can I get that one? How did I get that? Can't fucking believe I just guessed who that
We
was.
got a color shot of that too.
So Grace Slick was the singer for the Jefferson Airplane and then Jefferson Starship and then Starship. Went through a few name changes over the years, but
Yeah. This is a shot I gave her, and she stuck her tongue down my throat. I was
oh,
very
what happened?
happy.
What did I do? There we go. I don't know who's that guy.
And he's spitting blood in here, and I got splashed with the chemical blood. And
Oh yeah, I can see it just
this
ripped.
is in Phoenix, Arizona, and he got it all over my T-shirt. And after the show, I was walking back to go to my hotel, and a kid stopped me and said, "Is that Gene's blood on your T-shirt?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I'll give you $100 for the T-shirt." I went back to the hotel with no T-shirt.
That's awesome. Year in place?
I'd be around, let's see, 77. 76 was their big tour I was on. This was the second tour.
And location?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Right, Phoenix, Arizona. Do you don't happen to know the name of the
No idea.
venue?
It was
Okay.
outdoors.
Oh, there's that shot of Paul Stanley you told me about.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the one where you see when the band hires you, they play to you
right.
because they know they're going to get the pictures.
That's right. Yeah, they don't really care if some random dude's taking snapshots, but if the end result is they're getting
Yeah,
the shots, right?
right.
Okay, hold on. Don't say what this is. I want to see if Brad can pick out any of the people in this.
there's Egon in the back right hand corner.
Harold Ramis, that's correct.
Uh, oh, another Ghostbuster right up front,
Yeah.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Yeah.
My
The
God,
most famous person in that shot you haven't mentioned yet.
the most famous,
Yeah, like seriously huge famous guy. More
more
famous than all the rest of them put together.
more famous than Bill Murray.
Yeah.
I I don't know.
Here, oh, come Come on, zoom it up. Here, roll it up a bit. We can get in, zoom in a bit. The wheel. The other way, yeah.
It doesn't move.
It's on the wheel. You're not on the wheel.
Huh.
Uh-oh. What have we done? Here, give me a sec. No, I think we've lost control here. There it goes. It was just you had clicked that mouse in it.
Yeah.
Whoops. Right there in the middle at the very top.
I have no idea.
John Belushi.
What?
And then down right beside John Belushi is Lorraine. No, what was her name?
Gilda Radner.
Gilda Radner. Right down with one with their hand and her fist clenched. That's Gilda Radner. And then everybody else can be identified as well, I imagine.
Yeah, this guy wrote Caddyshack.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. So this is probably National Lampoon, if I had to guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the National Lampoon troupe.
Okay, John,
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
This country singer in the back, next to John Belushi.
That's what we think he
No,
is.
that's not a country singer. It's
No?
a Quality Records promo.
Because we,
Gene Lou.
P&R guy.
sorry, say his name again.
Gene Lou, who was
Gene
a
Lou.
promotion guy for Quality Records.
Okay, because we have got a ton of photos with him in it.
Yeah. Good friend of mine.
Well, that answers a couple questions.
Yeah.
We do have a bunch of him posing with other musicians and
Yeah.
stuff, right? So very cool. That's a great shot. I'd love to be able to sit there and identify all those people, but you could quite easily.
You could.
But
But
this
I'm-
guy went to Second City TV, and these two went on to Saturday Night Live, and so did he. So three of these people were on Saturday Night Live the day it started. Wow, that's amazing.
Well, Harold Ramis,
He was on City TV with
Second City.
Second City. That's right.
Yeah. And
It's the same producer.
to the right is Joe Flaherty.
Oh, that is Joe Flaherty. Wow. Wow. Yeah, so Second City and Saturday Night Live were both produced by Lorne Michaels. That's the actual Bee Gees. Maurice, Barry, and
Robin.
I can never remember Robin's name. Oh, no, and I have this trivia question. I ask, name three Bee Gees, and they always name Andy Gibb. And I say, nope, Andy Gibb was not a Bee Gee.
Yeah. Well, he toured with them.
He did, but he had his own thing going. That kid was
Yeah.
huge.
His girlfriend was Victoria Principal.
Yeah. Yeah. One of Charlie's Angels, wasn't she? Right,
Dallas.
Dallas, that's right. Dallas. Remember the show Dallas?
yeah, my mom used to watch that shit all the time back in the day.
JR and stuff? Yeah.
Back when
I know who this is.
I was a kid, she would watch Dallas, and my dad and I would watch MacGyver and the A-Team.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Bob Seger.
wow, dude.
Right about the time of the Turn the Page, the live album. Probably touring either the live album or the one right after it.
A very smart guy, yeah.
He's from, well, near my neighborhood.
The Michigan guy?
I'm from Ann Arbor, Michigan. And he's from Detroit.
Well, he's in Birmingham Hills now,
Like
which is
Birmingham.
north of Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Birmingham Hills.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not familiar with that, but I know a few people that are quite familiar.
Well,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
right back. I was going to borrow your washer.
Yeah. So I think on our standardization of these sizes, I'll print all the vertical and horizontal ones as miniatures of what we're selling. And that way, cropping will depend on the image and placement will be as we sold them, so.
Mhm.
And that way, if we can, put in the, design and concept, a way to enlarge it by spinning the wheel like we do here, then they can thoroughly look at the detail of the picture.
So yeah, Bob Marley. Do you know what year this was?
78.
78. So we had tickets to see him in 81, and he died.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we had those. I had those. I think I sold the ticket for like $200, like
Yeah.
15 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Well,
crazy.
I had lunch with him in October that year. He died in December.
The Boss,
Syracuse, New York.
doing one of his most famous poses ever.
I put these on Forbes magazine in the classified section and sold about $9,000 worth of prints.
All right, so we got here the Carpenters and Engelbert.
Yeah. This is I forget 76. This is where Engelbert called me up a week after this picture was taken and said, "What the fuck are you doing showing everybody my facial sauna?"
Oh,
Which is by the shoes
up on the shelf
in the
there.
rack, yeah.
Oh dear. And that one we've seen, yeah.
James Brown and his famous jet.
Oh, too cool.
Holy cow, man.
My sister would love that picture. Wow, that's amazing.
75 when his album came out.
Yeah.
He was a wild and crazy guy.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, I was a huge Steve fan.
that's the famous arrow going through his head.
Yeah.
And he was quite an accomplished banjo player too.
Oh,
Like,
he
Yeah.
was incredible banjo player.
he can pick.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't, like, if you had only ever seen his comedy movies and Saturday Night Live and things like that, and you didn't really know,
Yeah.
you would never know that he played the banjo, and he's godlike on that thing, man.
Yeah.
Ted Nugent.
And not only Ted
Holy.
Nugent, this is one of his best poses. This is one of his famous stage postures.
Cat scratch fever.
Absolutely amazing.
That's what he's playing
78.
there.
Probably, yeah. Oh, I know who that is. That's the Police.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's Sting, 3 feet off the ground.
Easily.
Last beat of the last song.
Wow, that's an amazing shot. David Gilmour. This is in Pink Floyd or after?
Yeah, Pink Floyd, Ivor Wynne Stadium,
Where's that?
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Now here's the only shot I've used of Queen.
Oh, this is the only
Is
one
it?
that's actually been published?
Yeah, Freddie Mercury after dinner at George Bigliardi's really good steakhouse near Maple Leaf Gardens.
Year?
Gosh, I hate to say.
Okay.
I gotta look that up.
Mid 70s.
But it'll be on the envelope in the
Oh,
files.
okay. Okay.
Here's a rare one. This is Badfinger.
Bad for look at that. That guy is not photogenic. That's seriously. Why are
uh,
you doing that?
I don't think any of them are.
The guy on the second one from the left, he is definitely not photogenic.
No, he looks like a hobbit.
Well, but Badfinger was a great band.
Yeah,
Great band. And it's like they're at the same place. It's got all the writing on the walls. Or
that's the Victory Theater.
see, this is really common. Every band does it. Doodles on the wall in the dressing room. So
Yeah.
no matter where you go, you'll see this stuff. The Killer. Ever heard of the Killer Dwarfs?
Yeah.
Well, the Killer Dwarfs. I knew some of the guys in the band, and whenever they went to a room, they would take a marker, and they make a mouse hole on the wall at the very bottom by the floor, and then put Killer Dwarfs over
Yeah.
top. Blondie. Excellent shot.
Nice
Backstage.
girl, yeah.
Oh, dude.
What the hell?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You just keep coming.
Yeah.
I fucking, I'm, I'm running out of fucking steam here. This is insane. Every time, like the energy just goes into me and then it goes out again. And next one's back in.
Yeah.
You're wearing me out, John.
You're getting
Oh, by the
electric.
way,
You're getting electrocuted every time we go to.
where is this? Do you know?
Yeah, 78 in Buffalo. Black Sabbath was the main act. These were the openers.
Van Halen, yeah. Very
What's
cool.
going on
What
with
a
the
great
neck
sh-
right there?
That's a chain.
Okay, it's a chain. Okay, because it cuts off at a. Okay.
Yeah, and actually, there's a little. Oh, you can't see it. It's kind of spun around to the side, but it's a little VH, a little gold VH.
Yeah. Right.
They
Okay.
had them custom made. So yeah, very cool. Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick.
This in color too, and we did a
You know, this would probably do better in color,
yeah.
just because Rick Nielsen was such a colorful person. You
Yeah.
know, like that shirt's probably bright red or
Yeah,
green or something.
red, yeah.
Yeah.
We put this on the Toronto Star for a full page in a series of rock stars that they did.
One of his triple neck guitars was for sale on eBay, and I had a good job, and I was bidding on it, and I bid it up to like $6,000 or $7,000,
Yeah,
and I didn't get it because I didn't have enough money. But if I had got it,
yeah,
it's a $50,000 guitar
yeah.
all day because it was his
Kramer. Yeah.
3 neck, specially made.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rick Nielsen was awesome. Oh, hello, Mr. Stewart.
Airport.
73 at the airport. Yeah.
How can you tell us? Oh, it says up there. Okay. He keeps cheating. It's not fair. Stop cheating.
I use the tools that I have available to me, sir.
Yeah, I'm using my memory. All right.
That's
This
not.
would have been about the time that he. Hey,
That's not a tool that I have available to me.
right. This would have been about the time he sported the phrase "every picture tells a story," don't it?
Okay.
So, and the play on words that we were looking at was every story has a picture.
We can use that.
Yeah. And there he is on stage.
74.
74. You're my heart. You're my soul. Is this a Maple Leaf Garden shot?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can tell because if it's Massey or Maple Leaf, it's black.
Yeah.
It's just black in the background. Just makes amazing
Well,
contrast.
so much bright light up front,
Yeah.
everything drops to black and behind
Oh,
it.
it's beautiful. Oh, there's Ronnie Wood playing with. There you go. There's a Rolling Stone playing with Rod Stewart.
Well, he wasn't a Rolling Stone yet.
That's right. But he was a British rock star, and the Stones thought, you know what, you'd probably work. Come on, we need another guitar player.
Yeah.
Probably because Keith Richards was probably high on heroin half the time, and he needed someone to back him up.
Rod
No, he's well placed after Mick Taylor left.
Yeah.
Rod
He was
Stewart
better
had
than Mick.
Rod Stewart had all kinds of people
Yeah,
over the years that
proteges.
For sure.
ended up becoming big, or they already were big, or whatever.
Yeah. Roddy with gold.
5 golds. What? Who did that? 5 golds. Those are singles.
Yeah.
British singles, actually. They look like
Okay,
British
okay,
singles.
okay.
Canadian.
Yeah, but normally, if that's not a real, it's made with a little hole in it, right? I think that was just so you could get all the information on the
That's
label.
for promo copies.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go.
And
Of course, we
Phil
know what this shot is.
Phil told me that you told him that this is his own favorite shot of himself.
Well, one of them, yeah. He liked the Archer first and this
Oh,
second.
okay, okay.
Oh, this was a particular one that you have in your room.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Signed to me with respect.
So we know that one is. Let's get a good shot of it. Now, this edging here, is that just an artifact of dust or something? Or do you know what that is?
No, I don't know what it is or how it came about,
Okay.
but
That's not really
it
supposed
prints incredibly.
Yeah. Alice
You're
Cooper.
welcome to my nightmare, 75. Plays Steven here. Same thing.
Yeah.
Cooper Brothers.
Oh, sorry. I'll go back and zoom that one. I think we have this one anyway.
Yeah,
It's part of that montage or collage.
Yeah.
Collage, yeah.
that's right. Yeah,
These are all nice straight shots too, so they're already digitized. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Vincent
Vincent
Price.
I have a canvas of that by my door at this apartment.
That's Isaac Hayes.
Shaft.
Shaft. Who's the man? Shaft. John
This
Shaft.
was a Shaft
Can you dig it?
tour.
I have a copy of Shaft, the album, the soundtrack. It's actually quite collectible, and mine's signed by Isaac Hayes.
Yeah,
It's kind of cool. Don't ask me how I found it.
yeah.
Oh, stop it! Why is it being so sensitive now all of a sudden? So this is ABBA without their outfits on
And makeup off.
and their makeup off.
And
Right
look where they are, Phil.
Oh, where is this place?
It's got to be in one of the rooms at Massey Hall. Might even be the hot stove lounge.
Because you see all this woodwork, it's all around the ceilings everywhere, and the walls are paneling or
Yeah.
wood strips that have been painted.
Yeah,
We've got tons of shots with Geddy Lee, Gilmore from Triumph.
Geddy Lee
and
the shot that we have of Geddy Lee is not at this location, but the shot that
oh,
we
sorry,
have,
you're right, you're right, you're right.
the shot that we
Kim
have
Mitchell,
of
sorry.
Yeah.
Neil Peart and Kim Mitchell, and then a whole bunch of other people that I know are famous, but we haven't identified yet, and
Right,
a
and
whole
they're in
bunch of
this
other shots.
particular venue, aren't they? In the
Yes,
same place.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper, 88.
And that's a
Detroit.
perfect shot of her too.
Yeah,
Detroit, you said?
yeah.
88. Nice shot.
Assignment for the London
Jeff
Free Press.
Beck.
Wow.
Now, the interesting thing about this, depending on what year would you figure that is?
Gosh, got to be around 78.
So, two possibilities. He's playing a 1970s Les Paul, or the guitar he's holding is from the 50s. If it's one of his original Les Pauls from back in the day when the Yardbirds and going forward, right? Jeff Beck played Les Pauls all the way from back in there.
Well, his first Les Paul he got from Les Paul.
Yeah. Les Paul had a habit of giving rock
Yeah.
stars some fucking free
That's
guitars.
right. Yeah.
So if this guitar could possibly be an original of the 3 years they first came out, which puts it at they only made 2,200. They only shipped 2,200 of them, and today they're worth $250,000 a piece. His would be worth probably closer to 1.5 million because it's Jeff Beck, right? Jimmy Page's. I can't wait to see those things go to auction one day.
Yeah.
Holy jumping! They're going to be in the millions of dollars. T-Rex.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Mark Bolan, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was a little prick. Said to me at this concert, so you like pop stars cock, John?
What?
That's what he said to me.
Why is that? You want me to take a picture of one in your mouth there, Mark? Or is that a request?
I pushed him aside.
Just simply because you didn't seem to really care who you were taking a photo of. It didn't really matter. You know, everybody's got bills to pay.
Right. Is that Nancy Wilson
Yeah.
from Heart?
78.
What a beautiful guitar she's playing. She's an amazing guitar player.
And Yamaha.
Yep, exactly what it is. Pacifica or something, I think. No, yeah. Yeah, I think that's what they call her. S2000 or something. There's a couple models back then, but all right, this one I don't know.
This is my friend Mick Jones.
Mick Jones, is he in
Foreigner?
Foreigner? Until I move the mouse, this thing jumps. Oh, Olivia Newton-John, of course it is.
Yeah. I got this one in color too.
See, now you got me cheating, Brad. That's not fair. Oh, geez, who's this guy? That's a pretty good shot of him. That's their Black Sabbath days.
Yeah.
You know, they just did a show 3 days ago.
I saw it.
It's called Active. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Did you see all the other? It was amazing.
Everyone was bawling.
Yeah.
Everyone was just crying their eyes out throughout the whole place.
The crowd was insane. It was like 40,000 people at a show in Birmingham,
Yeah.
right where they started. And Dan Aykroyd. No.
Sammy Hagar.
Dan Aykroyd was there, I think. No, so no, it wasn't Dan Aykroyd. It was Jason Momoa,
Oh
the
yeah.
guy that plays Aquaman. He was the MC. They asked him to come and do the MC.
All right.
Everybody was there, bud. Everybody. Slayer, Lamb of God, Mastodon. I mean, everybody who was anybody was invited to this show.
Yeah.
Rudy Sarzo, who was the bass player for Ozzy's band after the first two albums,
Yeah.
well, basically when they went on tour,
Right.
Rudy Sarzo got the job because they fired the original guys from Uriah Heep that wrote Ozzy's album. He wasn't even allowed on stage with Ozzy. And it
Wow.
was his actual bass player.
Yeah.
But they still invited him anyway, and he played with a bunch of the other supergroups. So it was nice that if you couldn't get, I mean, how many people have played with him over the years, right? So
Yeah.
there was only a select few. Of course, Black Sabbath, it could only be those four guys.
Yeah.
So with Ozzy, he had Zach Wilde. Jakey Lee was there from Bark at the Moon album, but he didn't get to play with Ozzy.
Yeah.
Right? There was just too many people. It was amazing. And you're right. I was getting goosebumps. I was just blown away at that show. And the audio was horrible, but you could see it. Ozzy, and he was in this chair and he's not supposed to get up. And he's doing this. He wants to get up and scream and yell at the crowd because they're just chanting his name. Oh, it was amazing. I wish I was there. Fantastic. And that was the last time Ozzy will ever sing, and Black Sabbath will ever perform. That's Peter Frampton. So Peter Frampton is playing a 1968 Black Beauty Les Paul Custom. And that was his guitar. It was remember the New Orleans floods?
Yeah.
It was in a museum there and it got ruined. It got destroyed.
Wow.
Peter Frampton, another guy I just couldn't get enough of when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Who's that? Susan Jacks. Which way you going, Billy? Susan Jacks and Terry Jacks did that song Where Evil Grows, the Poppy Family,
Yeah.
right? It's a nice shot of her. That's Phil Collins.
Wow.
And that's after Genesis or during Genesis?
During Genesis.
So this would be Genesis on stage.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Any ideas of location or time?
No ideas. Maple Leaf Gardens.
That's got to
Right.
be early 80s.
Yeah.
Leonard Skinner.
Yeah. 74.
This guy here. Oh, this drummer. His name's Artemis Pyle.
Yeah.
What an amazing guy. He was such a great guy. When he got called to be the drummer for Leonard Skinner to use, there's a little documentary and it shows him at home and they're like, yeah, we want you to join. And they're like, he's like, get the fuck out. He was thought they were all fucking with him, right?
Yeah. I got him on child molestation.
And there's there's that Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Pretty good shot.
Got him in color.
That's print great.
Yeah.
I think that's beautiful. I mean, again, all depends on the focus when it comes out at the end of the day. But that's Carlos Santana.
76.
I got to get going soon. Shit.
Steve Miller.
Steve Miller. You know who Steve Miller is, right, Brad?
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't have been able to identify him, but I know who he is.
Well, this is actually not that. It's a little strange. The glasses and it's the expression, it throws you off a little bit. Like I don't even know if I would have guessed that. But I've seen Steve Miller before. But
I would have. I wouldn't know what he looked like back in those days in the best of circumstances.
he's playing an Ibanez Artist, which was designed for George Benson, believe it or not, by Ibanez. Meatloaf.
No kidding.
Ma, a meatloaf. Ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Well, oh no, I think it was Wedding Crashers. I think it was from.
I make
Anyway,
mine
Will
with
Ferrell.
2 eggs and a cup of oatmeal
Right.
and a bunch of onion.
Burton Cummings and Randy Bachman.
Randy Bachman.
There you
Yeah.
Great shot. Great shot.
You have a lot of Randy Bachman and friends.
Yeah.
So that is John
No
Denver.
way.
This guy, I don't know who that is.
Ed Preston,
Ed Preston. Is he just like an exec or something?
president of RCA Canada.
Oh, there you go. So that's Ed Preston. So we can remember that Ed Preston, RCA Canada. We may see him in other pictures
Right.
at those
Right.
party things. that we see all the
Right.
Yeah,
time.
he's a good man.
And that's a gold record for John Denver's whatever album that is.
In Canada, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Another print shot.
Slash 2008.
With a
Clean.
cigarette that's about to light his hair on fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about to singe himself with it. Oh, I haven't seen this one.
Pre-Bowie.
That's the Thin White Duke, isn't it?
Pre-Archer, yeah, that's what I call this one.
Right, pre-Archer. Oh, the wheel's working now. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's stunning. There's certain things you start to see in the picture, but the more you look at it,
Yeah,
right? Like this little tuft of hair.
Yeah.
coming down. And if you look closely, see this shadow right here?
Yeah.
It goes right through him all the way down his
Yeah.
arm.
Cross legs.
Just beautiful. I mean, it just gives that life. That sleeve looks like it's fluttering.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
Tilda Swinton told me she was going to come as the archer in reverse with a black shirt and a white vest.
Right?
Comb her hair back like David's.
Yeah. Incredible. Oh, another great shot. And that's a Gibson Melody Maker, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That was his guitar of choice.
Red one.
Oh, going the wrong way. There we go. Color shot. And again, if that was black and white, that's beautiful. Look the way he looks like his torso is floating in the space.
Yeah.
Like you don't even need to do any photoshopping. That is amazing. Straight jacket, Alice. Oh, that's a nice Bowie. That looks like Diamond Dogs, maybe.
Yeah.
I think that's the last of them. That's the last picture in that folder. And it's 3:41. I have to go. I don't want to, but I have to. We've got this folder. Les Paul tribute files. Oh, I don't even want to start looking in that one. And you got some that are repeated because they're for different
Yeah.
purposes, right? I can see that, but I do the same thing myself. Rocking on the Rideau. So these are the Rideau Canal,
Yeah.
right? Big prints. Oh, look at that. T-shirts. Which concept you were working on?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we got here. I'm just going to look through some of these loose ones. There's you with your book. Is this the author?
That's what's his name? Felder.
Oh, Don Felder.
Yeah.
From Don Felder was in the Eagles as well. Yeah.
This is.
I think he helped wrote Heavy Metal, the album too. I think.
Well, a lot of great tunes, including Hotel California.
Right.
Who's these? It's the radio station's daughter.
Oh.
That's his wife.
Right on.
Meg Marker.
She's not too shabby.
They're looking good. She's a pretty smart girl.
Yeah. And that's him.
Yeah. Todd.
Got some with the kid too.
Yeah.
And who is this guy?
Owns a radio station in
Oh.
Palm Springs.
Okay. We won't tell anybody you do dog portraits too.
Yeah.
Yeah, good looking family.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start getting ready to go here.
Okay.
Brad, would you like to share a screen with John and show him some of the questions we had? Like maybe on the site where we were looking for answers to certain.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can bring them up to speed with what I've done over there, and also show them, what we were talking about the other day.
It went great. Thank you for asking. All right, so that's his screen now. We're still seeing that. Guess that won't close any farther. Whoops. There we go. All right, I'll just leave it like that. So you can, so when you go to leave, okay, when you're leaving the Discord channel,
Yeah,
you go here and you say disconnect, okay?
okay,
If you want to close the program for real, you go up here and you right click on that and shut it off.
right.
But it doesn't matter if you do or not. You don't need to shut it off. This disconnect takes you out of the Discord chat.
So do I get back this hard drive?
Can you get back to it?
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely. Just go back to ACDC. I just closed it, unfortunately, because I want John. He's gonna, or sorry, Brad's gonna show you some pictures that we have,
okay,
and you need to kind of identify who they are for us.
sure.
We can't do it on our own. We've been trying. We got a lot of it, because I'm pretty good with my visual memory,
Yeah,
but there's a few that are just bizarre, like the Kim Mitchell, who's he talking to, that kind of stuff. So he's gonna click on them, and you'll hopefully be able to identify them. And you can't click on it. You're watching his screen right now. Okay?
okay,
So you just have to sit there and wait for him to bring up a picture. So he's gonna double click on them and it'll come up and you'll see it. So this is all the ones we've got questions about.
right.
Of course, you can confirm that's Joan Arma Trading, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Who is he?
It's Larry Ellison. He just owned a record store in Toronto.
We see him quite a bit.
Yeah, good friend.
Larry Ellison?
Ellison, just
Ellison.
like the guy from some important computer company.
Oh, right.
Huh. Okay. Who's that guy?
Um, he became the president of Capitol Records Canada. Gosh, I think his name was Steve, and then the guy in the middle is Ray Daniels and Geddy Lee.
Okay.
Okay, which one's which?
Ray,
This guy here? You don't know?
I think he's saying this
Steve,
is Ray Daniels.
That's Ray Daniels.
that's Ray Daniels. He was manager of Rush.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we have a ton of photos with this guy.
Yeah,
I would say 15 or 20 different photos with this guy.
yeah, good guy. He also played guitar, and I tried to bite it off him. He played a 335 Gibson stereo, which was like the one I used to own in Ottawa.
All right. I'm out of here, guys. You have fun.
Okay.
As long as you can handle it, Brad's going to talk you through this,
Oh, okay.
and you guys do as much as you can. So next time we have a meeting tomorrow,
Yep.
so we're going to have all kinds of fun talking about this stuff tomorrow. So.
Yes,
And if
sir.
you'd like to join us, right, you can
Yeah,
always
I'm
just
busy
call me.
tomorrow,
Are you
yeah.
busy? Okay, because we usually like our meetings from 2 o'clock till dinner time,
Yeah,
so we go on for quite a while. Sometimes longer than that. Brad and I have known to go on for many hours, 6, 7 hours, and then look walk and go, holy shit, it's 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I forgot my dinner, I forgot to eat, all this stuff. My mom's probably dead. So.
It has happened on
However,
a
you
few
guys,
occasions. Yes,
yeah, if
sir.
you guys can get some of these names checked out, then we're good. That's
yeah,
going to
okay.
help us a
This
lot.
guy's name is Dean Cameron.
On the left.
Yeah, right by my finger there.
You remembered, nice.
Uh,
Okay, buddy, have a great day.
all right,
Thank
you
you
too.
very much.
You too. Drive
See you,
safe.
Brad.
Drive safe, Phil. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Uh, so I won't be able to see your finger or anything or your mouse, but I'll point.
Guy on the left, yeah, Dean Cameron.
Okay, and you said he was the president of Capitol Records.
He went on to be president of Capitol. Yeah,
Later on. Okay.
yeah.
What would you say he was doing at this particular time?
Well, he knew the guys, although they were on Polydor and he didn't distribute them, but he knew Ray and Getty, so they were just pals talking at a cocktail party.
Okay, excellent. Now, on some of these, if you see someone, just go ahead and call them out.
Yeah, can you enlarge that one?
I can.
Yeah, that's Dean Cameron and
That's the same guy.
yep, and Billy, what's his name? His family owned Maple Leaf Gardens.
This guy.
Little guy in the middle,
Yeah.
and then
Wow.
the guy on the right is David Farrell, now deceased, writer of musical stories and owned one of the trade papers in Toronto.
Okay.
Oh, Bill Ballard's the guy in the middle,
This one right
and the
here.
Ballards own the gardens.
This one right here is the one that you're talking about.
Now,
No?
no,
Uh,
those are promoters. Donald K. Donald on the left from Montreal. Uh, uh, I don't know the initials, but Gilbert or Gilbert. I don't know the initials for it. It might be A.J. Gilbert. And then Michael Cole. I don't know, it's Cohl, I think. And Dean Cameron again.
okay. And also, I'm recording, so if you have any kind of story that you want to recall or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
I'm recording. So just let me know.
gotcha.
But you don't even have to say anything. You can just rattle it off.
Yeah. And blow this one up again.
Oops.
And it's Vic Wilson, left, unknown guy in the middle, and Dave Evans, who was president of Capitol Records in those days.
Amazing.
So he preceded Dean Cameron.
Okay. Got it. See, was he the one right before Dean Cameron?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. That's good stuff. Um, see, here's my plan for this because we were talking about um, what can we do with these photos
yeah,
because I'm not exactly sure that these are collection photos, right?
right.
Um, photo books, and
Yeah,
then
for the label, yes.
photo books, and if they go on the retail site with stories, Phil had an idea of like random photos that crop up, and someone sees it and they're like, "Hey, I want a print of that." Then
Right.
then they can order it
Yeah,
because it's such all of this stuff is it's obscure, but to a to the right people, they would buy a
right.
photo book.
Yeah,
They'd buy a photo book or they would buy a print, and that's how you get it out to them, and that's how you get it, you know, these types of images in front of people like that is by putting it in stories on the website that they can just, you know, they can,
right on.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. As a friend of mine's fiance, I don't remember her name.
Okay.
He married you though. This is Polydor's head office in Toronto. I don't know all the names there,
That's where they're at right
but
now, huh?
yeah, that's Dean Cameron in the back, Vic Wilson in the front left. Don't know who the next guy is there or the guy that's behind him. Tom Barry in the middle with the mustache. Ray Daniels is there, third from the right, and J.P. Gilbert again.
Okay.
And blow this one up. Uh, Good looking girl with a cigarette. Basically, that's personal. I
Oh,
snapped all the pretty girls I could, you know,
right.
just for a dalliance. That's Colin McDonald left, Tom Barry right. Colin worked for A&M Records, Tom Barry Anthem Records, which was Russ's label.
Okay.
And blow that one up. No idea.
Okay.
Go down to the bottom again. And that girl in white,
Her?
right there, right there, yeah. Let's have a look at that.
Oh, you said that was
Oh,
a
that's
your
fiance
friend's
again. Yeah,
fiance. Yeah.
yeah. I would have taken the picture if I didn't know her. So she's a nice girl. As Neil Dixon on the left, Brian Auger in second from the left, Brian Auger's manager with the glasses, and I forget his name in the black and white stripes, Brian Hayes or something from a radio station in Toronto.
Okay.
Neil Dixon was a promoter in Toronto,
And
still around today.
And this guy is part of a band.
That's Brian Auger.
And was that the name of the band?
Brian Auger is a famous British blues player.
Okay, so we have a whole bunch of photos from them.
Yeah, I did a lot on him, yeah, at the organ as well.
Yeah, so, I mean, we can go. Now, I was under the assumption that these were the same because it's
There's
because
Auger
he's
there,
right
yeah.
there, and so
Yeah, I don't know who the guitar player would be. Blow it up a bit.
let me get a better shot of him. I think it would be like something like that.
It's hard to say.
Okay.
I don't know offhand though. Yeah. It's Paul Godfrey on the far right, and I think the band is, gosh, Bobby DuPont, and I got to look up the name on that one. It's a TV show that Paul Godfrey hosted called Boovie.
Okay. The um, one of the photos from this set is named Association 37.
Gee, no idea.
Okay. Okay. Oops.
CBS Records, and gosh, I'm not sure, but it could be a band called Tavares from Boston.
Okay.
The third guy on the left is Pat Ryan, and the fifth guy on the left is Ken McFarlane, and the rest are in that band. Pretty sure it's Tavares. I did them in the studio too.
Okay. Okay. And you said that this was A&M's main facility under construction
Under construction, A&M Records head office, Toronto.
in Toronto. Okay. And do you have
Yeah.
a approximate year?
No, I'd have to look that up.
Okay. That shouldn't be too difficult to find.
No,
All right.
I see the big A&M cake there.
Yeah.
Shot I can't touch. There's too many faces.
Okay.
Get the cake up again if you can find it,
Okay.
or that one on the left there.
This
The
one?
cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is part of a movie project or something.
No, this is after performance at Atlantic City Pop Festival '69. It's Hugh Massagala,
Okay. Okay.
and there's a song with Eric Burden sang that uh, with War called, and the lyric was Hugh Massagala's music was black as the night. Pretty snappy lyric. So,
Yeah. And I'm
and
wondering if
this is my friend Scott with the blow it up a bit. See the guy with glasses and the camera?
yep.
Scott Richards and the Atlantic City Pop Festival crowd.
Okay. Okay.
We went down there with Gracie Slick and a band from Canada called Lighthouse.
Yeah, I know who Lighthouse is.
Yeah. And that's my friend Louis Yaknin from JB and the Playboys, 66, Toronto.
Okay.
Talking to him 2 weeks ago on the phone.
Ha, no kidding.
You know, yeah, a lot of 35 mil I've got to look up. So let's just see one more notch of blowing that up. Almost have his name, but it's not here.
Okay.
Uh,
No problem.
might be Jerry Doucette.
See some saxophones.
Yeah, I don't know the guy's.
Okay.
Where was that unknown one that just came up?
That one?
No, it had unknown written on it.
A lot of these do.
Okay. Yeah. And just keep scrolling down. Yeah, hold that one. And the one on the right. That's Hoyt Axton, Axton,
Okay.
at Nashville. I'm guessing 74, 75.
Okay. And these guys, I was lucky enough to be able to identify just simply because of a record that they have. They're holding up.
Yeah,
And this one, no, not that one. This one was from Supertramp uh, special event where they had a storefront. at A&A.
Yeah, yeah. That's their second album,
Yeah, they got the album right there, and then some more albums
right?
from Supertramp right there,
Yeah,
and they're playing out the album right there.
that's it. Yeah,
It's pretty interesting stuff. I mean,
yeah,
that's photo book all day long. You know, uh, with
yeah, yeah.
with anybody that knows that kind of stuff. Oh, and this.
Ken McFarlane on the left, and I'm just trying to think of the pilot's name. That's a traffic helicopter in Toronto. I went up with them one day just for the trade papers.
Nice.
That's the CN Tower in the background.
Yep, yep, and a full shot of it too.
Yeah,
That's an iconic photo just because of that and the way that the
yeah,
blades are positioned and everything. I mean, everything about it is amazing. And I noticed that you guys were turning someone was turning the blades depending on the angle of the shot and the position just to make it more photo like worthy or whatever.
yeah. Yeah, this is a girl, I don't know her name, but London Records, and that gentleman in the middle is Fergus Hambleton, and that's his brother, the producer, Greg Hambleton on the right.
Okay.
And they had a record label called Axe Records.
Okay. And got some photos of her, doing her
Yeah,
thing and stuff like that.
yeah. Very popular secretary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, newer stuff, that's for sure. Yeah, Bob Roper on the left and somebody Leroy second. I don't know who the woman is. Fourth guy on the right is Brian Masters. No idea on the year, but it'll be on the envelope here.
Okay. And something called Aquitaine.
Yeah, that's a classical record label that Sam, the record man's wife, had. And it was called Aquitaine for classical music that she recorded in Toronto with orchestras and whatnot. And CBS gave her the cake one year, trying to buy favors from her husband who ran Sam the Record.
All right.
It's amazing they could hold that cake up because it was just on a piece of plywood and could slide right off,
Right.
which
I would,
really piss her off.
yeah, considering, I mean, that is not a cheap cake right there. Not at
Yeah,
all.
and her name was Eleanor Snyderman.
Okay, great. We've got a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah,
Information that we needed.
yeah. I forget what band this guy came from, but he wound up as a solo artist after the group had some Canadian success. But name escapes me, but it should be on the envelope.
Okay. Okay. Who is this guy right here?
Arnold Gossowich, president of Capitol Records.
Okay. Okay. See, I thought he was with A&M.
No, and left is Jack Robertson, CBS. And I think the bearded guy is Ray Materick, and the guy on the right is Wayne Patton.
All right. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, and here is the other party that we have with all the fancy trim.
Yeah, those are two record store guys that I never really knew their name. The guy on the left is named Vito, and the guy on the right worked for another record company. I forget. They were in retail sales of the product.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember the girl's name, but see, blow it up one more step.
He's checking her out.
Yeah, well, she's the guys on the in the background. I think it was David Farrell on the left. Looks like well, it's almost Paul Godfrey, but the guy in the beard on the right of the girl is a bass player for Max Webster.
Okay.
The girl, I don't know, somebody's daughter.
Okay. So he is, that's would be the second person that we've identified from Max Webster at this particular party so far.
Yeah,
Oops. Recognize either of these?
yeah, pull it up. I'm not sure of the first guy on the left, but second is David Farrell, Dean Cameron,
Right.
and Ray McDaniels.
Right, right. We've got them already, right?
Yeah, the girl on the right is well-known Toronto jazz DJ, and her name is Patty McKellar. Who
Okay.
she's talking to and with, I don't know.
Okay.
But that head in the background is Bob White from Capitol.
This guy, that one right there.
Uh, See the head at the right behind Patty?
Oh, him on the right.
Where? Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
that's Bob White. So Barry Stafford on the left, salesman for Capitol Records, and that guy and those two people. I think they work for Months Tapes and Records, but I can't be sure. But they've been marked on the envelope.
Okay. And there's the guy from the last photo.
Yeah, he came to me and as a brand new salesman for Capital and said he took me around to all his accounts and said keep all these negs because in 1 year time I want to go back and do pictures with the same people again because I will have sold them over $1 million worth of Capitol Records. And he did. So Barry is now still active and owns a Tim Hortons donut shop in Brampton, Ontario. So,
Wow.
and this guy on the left, can you blow that up? And that's Scooter one on the left.
It's who?
Scoot, Scoot, Irwin, Irwin,
Okay.
and Vic Wilson, Barry Stafford, Tom Barry, and the last guy in the funny plaid, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Okay. It is funny plaid. There was a lot of funny
Yeah,
plaid back in those days.
that's right. Yeah,
And there we go. We got Kim right there
Kim Mitchell, Dave Evans.
and Dave Evans. Okay. And we already know who that is.
Yeah, Marty Onrot, Ray McDaniels,
Which one is this?
Martin Onrot,
Okay.
promoter.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's, now the guy in the middle there is Bob Roper, who was probably at A&M or Capitol at the time. And to the right is Barb Onrot, Marty's wife, and that's his fiance on the left there. And he eventually married her.
Very cool.
And this is, I don't know, the guy with glasses. And Tom Barry in the middle and Barry Stafford on the right.
Okay.
So it might be a Capitol Records deal.
Yeah. I mean, you're mentioning people from a lot of different record labels, and I'm wondering what could possibly be the tie that binds.
Well, you see, the companies up here were all friends, and particularly through the promo guys, and quite quietly, we'd all meet every Friday, and all the promo guys would show up with new product, and we'd find a parking lot, and the trunks would go up, and they'd all be trading promo copies. So we got away with that for a couple of years before somebody ratted us out. It was a good time while it happened. So. It was Ken Middleton, the president of WIA, that did it. One more step on this one, but it's Tom Barry and Rick Nicholson on the right. Tom and Rick, and I don't know the glasses guy
Yep.
offhand.
Okay. Okay, so that would be him. Now he's got a Capitol
And
Records shirt on, and he's talking to
hard to
Kim.
say, but that's right. Gee, see, it looks like Pete Beauchamp from A&M Records, but see, this is the interchangeability of all the labels and T-shirts and whatnot. I had 400 T-shirts before I started giving them away,
So,
and
w- do you
they'd
think?
print them up when a new record came out, or I had a lot of Dolly Parton T-shirts for new albums.
Yeah. Do you think it would be possible for a person from A&M to wear a Capitol Records?
Yeah, yeah, and it would screw everybody up in the party.
They would do something like that, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. That's how
Wow.
friendly they were. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. I would have never guessed that, like ever.
Yeah.
Think we've got all of them except maybe this guy.
Yeah,
And
that's Bob White again,
okay. And
and Vic Wilson.
okay, so we've got the rest of these.
Yeah, Evans, Dean Cameron, Tom Barry in front with the tie, and Ray McDaniels in the back. I don't know who the mustache guy is.
That describes at least half of them back in the 70s.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, I think we're good on that. And this is the A&A books and records. This is one of the examples that I was talking about that would make a great photo book.
yeah,
And when Phil and Sir Damon and I were first going through the the photos, it might not have been this batch, or it might have been. I'm not sure, but Phil was zooming in on the walls, and it would have been one of these other photos. Um, like one of these.
yeah,
He was zooming in on these things, and he's like, "Oh, that's that guy. That's that guy. That's that album." I know, like he was naming these
yeah,
things off, and so that's one thing that we can do to date the photos, but also
yeah,
that's information that can be put alongside these photos in a photo book.
Right.
And um,
That's their A&M or rather A&A Records or Sam's. I don't know which store.
it's A&A records and books, or
Okay.
A&A books and records. Sorry.
Yeah.
And this particular location is in a mall.
Yeah.
See, um, that's not a great example. Hang on.
Yeah. It's probably in Hamilton.
That's upside down, but there's a bunch of Rush albums right there.
Yeah.
There we go. Definitely in a mall.
Yeah.
Got a
Yeah. That's in Hamilton.
mirrored panels along the top. Hamilton. Okay. Nah, that's not good enough.
Okay.
That's not good enough. But this one is. Oops.
Yeah, that's Jimmy Bartucci, Bertucci, and that's him sitting down on the right,
Okay.
I believe. And that's near my apartment, so it's the park across the street, so I'd have to look up the date on that. Let's see, I know the name of the band too. Children.
The name of the band
They
is
did.
Children.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Well, that gives us the information we need on that. And here we go. We've got Bill Anderson. Maybe you've got some background on some of these.
Yeah, Bill was on Decca Records. That's Scott Richards holding the album and Bill receiving it at the Horseshoe Tavern in Toronto.
Aha. Okay. Now we've got several of these because he did a performance here, so we've got some of
Yeah,
those. And
yeah,
then we've got another evening somewhere.
yeah, that's Ernest Tubb, second guy on the left. And I don't remember his last name, but not the little steel guy sitting down, but the guy next to him on the right is Billy Bird, a well-known guitar player
Okay, so this
in
doesn't
Nashville.
in Nashville.
Yeah,
This is taken in Nashville. Okay,
yes, yeah.
so this doesn't have anything to do with Bill Anderson.
No,
Okay, okay. It's difficult
Ernest
because
Tubb had a record store there too.
okay, it's difficult because a lot of times these photos are jumbled together, and so
Yeah,
these photos are mixed amongst a whole bunch of Bill Anderson photos.
yeah. Well, Bill Anderson was a DJ at the country station.
Okay, I thought he was a singer. and a guitar player.
Well, he was also a singer, but I paid attention to him because he had cancer.
Uh huh.
Well, that's Scott and Bill Anderson, the singer there.
Right.
Let's see the dark one that's below it there on the strip.
That one right there.
Yeah, yeah, that's Ernest Tubbs, and
That's a better shot of the one that we were just looking at.
yeah, that's right. And Billy was a well-known guitar player, instrumental in the first use of a Gibson Bird Lang guitar that he and Hank Garland put together and made, and Ted Nugent later played it in rock and roll. But
Oh.
Billy Bird is the Bird and Birdland guitar.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Wow.
He told me a story about that. He'd had it for, I guess, 20 or 30 years, and the ebony binding on it turned to kind of creamy yellow from white. So he took it into Gibson to have it replace the binding. He got it back after 16 weeks because they lost the guitar. And when they finally found it, they damaged it and then charged him a lot of money for it. So he was quite put off that a guitar that he co invented and gave to Gibson was mishandled and with no respect damaged. So he was pretty fired up about that. And, Merle Haggard had him on the road, and I used to hang out on the bus with him and hear all the stories he had to tell. Nice man, living for his grandchildren. So he had an album out at the time, Billy Bird is Back, and there's a big picture of his back on the album jacket.
Wow. That is insane guitar history right there.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my goodness. So that's going to give us a good launching point for
yeah,
information that I can throw right back at Phil, and he's probably going
like,
to recognize a lot of the information that you've given, and he'll have questions.
yeah,
Some more Bill Anderson. That might be the same
yeah.
evening. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's the gold record. The guy on the left is Dave Johnson, who is a radio disc jockey doing country in Richmond Hill, north of Toronto. And the guy on the far right looks like Vito from whatever his record. No, it's not Vito. That's Randy Sherrard and gosh, he went on to be president of Decca Records in the U.S. Richard Bibby with the goatee and mustache there.
Okay.
Randy Sherrard to his right.
Okay.
Bill, Scott, and Dave.
Okay. Great. And is this lady?
She was the front singer for Bill Anderson. I forget her name now. Mary Lou Turner. I'm guessing, but that's pretty close to her name. But guy with glasses to her left is Bill Kearns, Kearns. Randy Sherrard on the right,
Yep.
far right, Bill and Scott.
Yep. Yep. Excellent. You're knocking them down, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hispanic singer Rodriguez, Johnny Rodriguez.
Okay.
He had some country hit records, none of which I can recall. And the girl is Glenda Richards, Scott's wife.
Okay.
They divorced while I knew them, and Scott had married another girl and died when he put her on a plane and came back, and the snowplow had plowed over his driveway, and he got a shovel trying to clean it up and get into his garage, and he had a massive heart attack and died in the street.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Jackson Brown, and to his right, Jim McDonald's from London Records. Not familiar with the two guys on the left.
Okay.
It's too far away for me to see.
Yeah.
I can identify the place, so it's the O'Keefe Center. Okay, that's Peter Allen there. A&M.
Okay. Peter Allen. We've been calling him
Yeah.
Legs.
Yeah.
That's our nickname for this guy because every time we see a photo of his, he's doing something
Yeah.
crazy with his legs.
Yeah. Very colorful guy, yeah. Very gay.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's try this again.
MCA Records. I'm guessing it might be the Greg Kinn band. I'm not sure, but I think MCA had them. So which one was Greg Kinn, I don't know right now, but I would recognize them. But that's at the Elma Combo.
that
Year unknown.
that's the location.
Elma Combo, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, that might be enough information to figure out who they are.
Yeah. Yeah, do you have a name on this guy?
I do not.
Okay. Okay. Off to the left in the background is Sam Bornstein from A&M. The gentleman with the tie on is a French dignitary from the Canadian Embassy for France. And
I knew he had to be a politician just because of the way he's
yeah,
dressed and the way he's standing.
yeah, yeah. And the gentleman on the right, center of attention there, not the guy on the border, but this guy is a famous French singer. His last name is it begins with A, and I've got it written down somewhere, but that's quite a while ago.
Okay. Okay. Who's that guy?
In the black,
Yep.
that's Tom Berry again,
Okay.
Ray Wilson. Uh, I'm not sure of the guy in the tie. He was Polydor Records, and of course Ray McDaniels again, or Ray Daniels.
Okay.
Who's the group on the fence there?
You identified them. The children, I think, is what you said.
Yeah, okay.
Taken.
Uh,
You said that was taken near your apartment,
yeah,
and you've got a
but
lot of
show me the
photos.
fenceman. Yeah, I did a lot of work on Jim. He's a pal of mine.
This location, right? Well, it's all this location, but I'm trying to look for a
Yeah,
photo. That that one is really cool.
yeah,
Oops. That's got some really great presence.
yeah. And Jimmy in the upper right, left rather.
There you go. That was the one I was looking for. That's a
Yeah,
that's a crazy shot right there, man.
yeah. It's the children.
You do excellent work, John.
Yeah, it was all fun.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, yeah. Blow this one up. That's Kenny Rogers in the first edition. And I think Kim Vass on the left, Mary Arnold, who married Roger Miller, and their main singer besides Kenny on the right with the cross. And this is from CFTO's production of Rolling on the River 74.
Wow. Wow. I I had no idea.
Yeah, I was telling Phil too, I'm watching the seven seasons of TV shows from the Sons of Anarchy, and I'm looking for the hard drive with pictures of them because I stumbled on them before the TV show got popular and have pictures of the three or four main guys. Uh, un- unbeknownst to me, they were sticking together, so I figured they had a group or were on TV. So they were the three main cast members of the Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. And we have
And
Charity Brown.
Charity Brown.
And right now, I've only got two photos of hers, but I know where, I don't know the folders and stuff, but we've identified her over and over and over and over again. She's scattered all out all throughout the discs.
I was going out with her at the time, and
No
we had to
kidding.
keep it secret. We had to keep it secret from the record company. And I had to drive her down to a lunch meeting with Jerry Moss, and then I had to come back 20 minutes later because I had to take pictures of her and Jerry Moss. And Jerry had come up from LA to Toronto and wanted to meet Charity and find out what she's all about. And then they changed their mind about putting big bucks into her because she wanted to do her own hair, her own makeup, her own clothes, screw the label in their image desires. She was going to do it her way, or you could bite the highway. So Jerry bit the highway first and kicked her out. She did two albums for A&M. First one sold great, second one a little less. And we were still down under a bridge in Toronto necking. So my affair is longer than the record deal.
Oh my goodness. Man, the stories you've got, John, they're just amazing.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's 45 years of fun, man. I never ever considered I was working.
Well, that's what they say. If you do
Yeah,
if you do what you love, it never feels like work.
that's correct.
And how could you not love that?
Yeah, man.
Well, I think you've just gone through pretty much everything that I have posted for right now.
Okay.
And we've been going at this for a while, so I'm sure you want a break.
Yeah. Well, it all looks great, buddy, and I think that standardization of size will, we put in the blow up factor so they can look at it and do it with script so they can't copy it. And if they want to look at it full up, then that's going to be great. And I got a real good shot of Jeff Beck after a show. Did I ever see that with you?
Uh, Earlier, when we were going through the hard drive, you had a shot of Jeff Beck, and it was very old. I think it
Yeah.
was I think it was 70s.
But he's right after the concert. He's fagged out, and the guy in the mirror is the CBS guy, a promo man. Uh,
Oh, that's a different photo then, because I think the one that we saw earlier was him playing.
ah, well, if I knew this program you got up more, so I could find it for you. But it's a great shot, and I can't see for sure. Have I ever sent you an email?
I've sent you an email, but I have my primary email is the one that you don't have, and
Right.
I can send you one right now.